Our priority is not to come to a situation that will lead to the use of force in any way. But unfortunately, we also witnessed recent months during the 12-day wars. First Israel, and then America. We faced an attack, albeit limited, and this attack stopped at a certain point. Now the possibility of it happening again emerging. This is definitely not something we approve of, as rising tensions between the United States and Iran unshaped the entire Middle East. Regional powers are now seeking to build a new protective shield of their own for collective security. Turkey, Pakistan, and Saudi Arabia have jointly disclosed plans to establish a three-nation defense partnership designed to strengthen regional coordination and deterrence. The announcement comes at a time when escalating US-Iran hostilities threaten to pull the entire Middle East region back into another phase of instability and conflict. Pakistan's Defense Production Minister Raza Hoyat Haraj told Reuters that the proposed defense agreement between the three nations is already in the pipeline and moving toward formalization. Haraj emphasized that this trilateral arrangement is distinct from the existing Riyadh-Islamabad Pact and will not take the form of a NATO-style mutual defense system. Turkey's foreign minister confirmed that discussions with other regional states have been ongoing continuously since the beginning of 2025. Hakan Fidan said that the new mechanism's main purpose is to foster mutual trust so that all regional nations can work together in a coordinated and lasting way. Experts told the South China Morning Post that the emerging pact reflects growing regional fears about Washington's increasingly erratic policy in the Middle East. According to analysts, recent U.S. actions could disrupt the crucial flow of energy, food, and petrochemical goods across regional supply chains. Analyst Andreas described the tripartite partnership as a self-reliant security geometry that effectively connects three key regions into a shared framework. The South China Morning Post that the plan would allow Riyadh to expand its security relationships beyond Western allies, while simultaneously deterring Iran. Creed believes that the proposed agreement will likely emphasize practical cooperation instead of binding mutual defense commitments between the three partners. Cautioned that including a rigid defense clause could provoke direct political and diplomatic pressure from both Washington and Israel. Analysts told the South China Morning Post that differing threat perceptions among Turkey, Saudi Arabia, and Pakistan might slow the progress of the agreement. Reports indicate that Saudi Arabia's primary focus within the partnership would revolve around countering Iran, improving missile defense, and safeguarding maritime routes. Meanwhile, Turkey's strategic priorities continue to center around its operations in Syria, its interests in the Mediterranean, and keeping balance within NATO obligations. Pakistan, for its part, must carefully position itself in light of its relationships with India and Iran, while also managing persistent domestic counterterrorism challenges. Experts note that issues surrounding intelligence sharing and command and control coordination could quickly turn into significant points of contention between partners. However, disputes over defense industrial policies, including disagreements about pricing and technology transfer, may delay practical implementation of joint deals. The tripartite pact took shape soon after Donald Trump announced a 25% tariff on all countries engaged in trade with Iran. Neighboring countries around Iran have expressed growing fears that this decision could severely disrupt regional supply chains and key trade routes. The UAE's trade minister warned that these tariffs could drive up consumer prices and lead to shortages in essential food supplies. Notably, Iran currently stands as the UAE's second-largest trading partner, providing a vital lifeline for its domestic food